Hello everyone, Dr. T here. In this presentation, I will briefly talk about the consumer decision-making process. Marketers closely study consumer decisions as consumers stand at the other side of the exchange relationship. In fact, consuming may even be older than marketing. After all, us humans, we need to consume to function. That's why some of those who study consumer decisions don't even consider themselves marketers. They call themselves consumer researchers. Anyways, this diagram is very important to understand consumer decision-making process. But let me digress for a little bit. As you may have noticed by now, marketing is different than some of the other quantitative disciplines. We don't have clear formulas that will give you the exact answer, like force is equal to mass times acceleration. We have a lot of gray areas. We have bullet points, concepts, and processes. These processes are not definitive. That is, consumers may not go through all these stages each time they buy something. But these processes are helpful in learning and teaching marketing. Now, we have 5 stages here. First, consumers need to recognize the need for the product. When consumers' desired state is different than their existing state, they are motivated to close this gap and take action. Then, consumers start looking for information. They either rely on their existing knowledge or look for outside sources. There are 2 important points here. 1. Word-of-mouth communications are often found more reliable than company-associated sources. 2. We should be all aware of how the technological advancements in the recent years, such as social networks, have affected the information search process of consumers. The 3rd stage is the alternative evaluation stage. The most important point you need to know here is that our cognitive evaluation process is always biased towards our existing knowledge, whether we are aware of it or not. When we perceive new ads or marketing promotions, for example, or when we evaluate alternative options, we first use the relevant information that we have in our mind. Then we may or may not use the readily available information. This is called the schema theory from psychology. So we use our existing schema, cognitive schema, to evaluate the information that we receive. That's why companies want you to know them well enough that you recall their brands without any probing. They want to be in your evoke set. The brands that are in our evoke set are the brands that we remember right away when we have a need, without any outside research. The 4th stage is the purchase decision. Even after a long and tedious information search and alternative evaluation, consumers may go into a store only to find out a point of purchase stimulus is to affect their purchase decision, or an unavailable payment method hinders their purchase. Finally, marketers study post-purchase behaviors. Post-purchase behaviors, among other things, include word-of-mouth communications, repeat purchase behaviors, or how we recycle or reuse the products. This 5-stage consumer decision-making process constantly interacts with psychological and sociological factors. Please read Chapter 5 carefully to learn more about these interactions.